In this video, I'm going to give a rant on business school. This video is going to make some enemies. In fact, I'm probably going to get banned from every business school in the country for what I'm about to say. But I don't care. Because I feel very strongly about this. I feel like I'm really lucky because I know a lot about how business schools work. So I have 3 degrees from 3 different business schools. One of those business schools, I was a teacher's assistant for 2 years. So I have a really good understanding of how business schools work and how they design their curriculum. So here's my problem with business schools. They do a really bad job at teaching creativity. In fact, it seems like they do everything possible to beat creativity out of their students. A really simple example of this is a phrase that you'll hear often in business schools is the phrase creative accounting. And this is a phrase that's used to refer to unethical accounting. But I think the word choice here is really important. We're talking about ethics and unethical accounting, which everybody agrees is bad. It's one of the reasons why I talk about business ethics so much on this channel. But it's just not accurate to refer to that as creative accounting. Creativity has nothing to do with it, and creativity in and of itself is not ethical or unethical. In fact, creativity is an important element to be successful in business. The problem this reveals is that the idea of creativity is just not something that's celebrated in business schools. Business schools talk about accounting, they talk about marketing, they celebrate money, but they don't celebrate creativity. And what this does is it gives students a pass. It gives students permission to not pursue creativity. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've been on a business school campus and I'll hear students say things like, "Oh, I'm just not a creative person," or "I don't have any creative outlets." And when I hear things like that, it just kills me. These students feel like creativity is not an important aspect of their success in life. And they think of creativity as something for people in other majors and people in other schools. And they're there to think about making money. Let me explain a little bit why this is such a problem. Your ability to harness creativity is directly related to how successful you are in business. This is something that we've known for a long time. So there's tons of studies out there that show the long-term benefits of art education. And yet this is something that nobody talks about in business school. And the reality of the business world today is the business world is changing more rapidly than ever before. Technologies are changing, competitive landscapes are changing, and so your ability to creatively problem solve is going to be critical to your success. That's the reason why I talk about this problem, because business schools are graduating students who have never developed their creative muscles. And so what happens is these students go out into the current business environment and they're really going to struggle. So I'm a little bit lucky in this respect because I started art education at a really young age. I started playing the piano when I was 5 years old. And so throughout my whole life, art education has always been a part of my life. And it's not what I do for a job, but it's always been an important hobby. Building those creative muscles is just like when you build your actual muscles. When you build muscles, you go to the gym and you work out. Well, to build your creative muscles, you work on art. And so I have had, at this point, I've had decades worth of building those artistic muscles. And I can tell you from my standpoint of working in the business world that I am so grateful that I have those creative muscles that I can draw upon every day to apply to real world business problem solving. So at this point, I know that all of the staff at the business schools are watching this and saying to themselves, this guy is wrong. In our business school, we do teach creativity. We teach creative problem solving, and we teach out-of-the-box thinking. And I am here to tell you, no, you don't. Creativity is a skill you can teach, and they teach it every day in art schools. So if you look in art schools and you see what they do, here's the process they go through. Let's imagine you were taking a class on painting. What you would do in a painting class is you would take your heart, you would rip it out of your chest, put it onto a canvas, figuratively speaking, and then you would take this canvas with your artwork and you would display it for the world to see. And then you would stand there next to your artwork, completely exposed, as this room full of people gives you criticism on your art. And you do this process over and over and over and over again. That's how you learn creativity. And it's this process of approaching a blank canvas and grappling with your inner demons on what message do you want to say? How are you going to communicate that message? And bringing your imagination into reality. That's the creative process. And I'm sorry, they don't teach that in business school. And this is a skill set you need if you're in business. So if you're the leader of an organization, this is what you do, is you imagine what the future of your organization is going to look like. You write that vision down in a strategic plan, you show the strategic plan to the world, and you get feedback. That is the creative process. And if you haven't strengthened these creative muscles, you're really going to struggle with this. So how do business schools fix this? Well, I'm going to tell you. What business schools should do is they should require their students to take an art class. And I'm talking a hardcore art class. So in my opinion, business students should go to accounting class in the morning, marketing class in the afternoon, and in the evening go to some art class, whether it be painting or some other art class. Now, I realize that business schools are very slow to change, and this is probably not going to happen. So what does that mean for all of you watching this video? That means that it is up to you. It is up to you on your free time to go out and develop those creative muscles on your own. Now, don't get me wrong here. I do think that business schools are wonderful. They teach a lot of great things. I just wish they would change this one thing about business schools, because creativity is one of the most important aspects of a successful business career. My goal in this video was just to start this conversation because I don't feel like anyone in business schools is talking about this. I think it's so important, and next week I'm going to make another video and dive even deeper into this topic and really explain exactly why creativity is important in business, how it plays out in the business world, and give you some practical steps you can take today to start building those creative muscles. I know I gave you some radical ideas in this video. If you agree with me or you disagree with me, leave your comments down below. And if you're watching this and you're a business school staff and you're not angry with me at this point, click on the subscribe button. The best way to supercharge a business is through accounting and corporate finance, and I release a new video every week, so come back and check out next week's video.